Great. Ow. I get that. I haven't missed that stupid sound at all. What is this, Fallout? Fuck.
Hey, you're Freeman, aren't you?
Yes, I am free.
Word you were coming. You got here at a bad time.
Black Mesa East to Station 6. Do you read? Dr. Freeman is on his way downriver. Lend him the airboat and give him all the help you can. Repeat, Gordon Freeman has returned. It is critical he reaches Black Mesa East.
Oh fuck. We're going back to Black Mesa? That's the facility from the first one. There was a experiment in the beginning that I was part of. I don't remember if it was forced, but I was part of it, and everything was, it was basically a way to contact, like, the Nether realm, and that's when all these stupid monsters came into existence. I'm not sure if these guys are, like, and then you eventually face the army. I'm not sure if these guys are, like, against me because of they know what I did, or they're here for that. I don't really know the. I'm assuming they're against it.
Get out of here.
Then you also go to like the Nether realm and you face like their leader. Fucking huggers! No. I don't remember too much of the first one though. It's been a while since I played it. Oh, goodness. Uh-oh. Okay, that settles it. Fucking face hugger. That settles it. They're doing experiments on these alien things. So, yeah, they're probably bad then. Fucking face huggers, man. Stop trying to impregnate my face. Well, that's an example of what they do to you. I'm not sure if I could have saved that guy. I died quite a bit in the first game too, on top of it. So yeah, when people think of Half-Life, they immediately think of the Facehuggers. They're that and the Gordon Freeman in the suit that I'm currently wearing are like the iconic thing of this game. Like, if you look up Half-Life, you'll probably see him in a bio suit. Currently, what's on my YouTube, because I was looking up OS soundtracks for the game for my intro. Ah. Blasted fucking zombies! You're alive? Go away, you weirdo. Fuck my gun, my crowbar does more damage. Ow, ow, ow. No shit. Trusty ass crowbar doing more damage. The story sounds a bit weird, but people love these games, so it can't be too bad. It's not really a bad game. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm liking this one a lot more. Hopefully that changes my mind, but that doesn't mean I'm going to go back and play the first one again and again and again and again. Like, I like my action games and my RPGs. That's my thing. I like adventure games, some platformers, like Mario and stuff like that. Mega Man. I like my action adventure games, like Devil May Cry. I like my adventure games, stuff like Zelda and such. I like my role-playing games, like Pokemon and the few Dragon Ball RPGs that there are, and stuff like that, and Phantasy Star and Final Fantasy. Those are my cup of tea. Those are my favorite games, RPGs and adventure stuff. Like, action games, too, like Kingdom Hearts, are really good. But, like, games like Devil May Cry and God of War, they're fun, but they get old for me very, very quickly. Because I'm not great at their combos, so I don't really use a lot of them. Like, I love Monster Hunter World a lot. That's another action, another action RPG that I love. But my favorite game is Phantasy Star Online, which is a MMO from the Dreamcast days. Which is not like... It's not like a big MMO like World of Warcraft or anything where it has like the hotkeys. I mean, there are some that you can customize, but it's not like, here's this skill, and then you got like 30,000 skills that you got customized to a hotbar or anything. It's nothing like that. It's more or less like you have like a simple little thing, a simple little attack menu that you can set up, and you can have your weak attacks, strong attacks, or your heavy attacks. Or specials, rather. Your specials are basically tied to elementals. So, like, there's weapons that'll, like, steal health or gain you additional experience or paralyze enemies. Paralyze, I always pronounce it that way. Paralyze enemies or other unique things. Or you can just have it simple, where it's just your weak and heavy attack and healing and stuff like that. And it's also just got your basic melee, your ranger, and your support or your force, which is your magic and support class. I love Phantasy Star Online. That game is really fun. If you ever get a PC, I recommend you checking it out. Me and you can kill some time on it. It's a very good old school game from the Dreamcast era. It's my favorite game. You'll see me play it eventually. That's in fact what my logo is from, as well as like the Hunters Guild that I mention every time someone follows. That's what that's from. That and the Meseta, the currency that you get from watching my streams. That's what that's from as well. My stream gimmick is PSO essentially.
Get in the airboat, sir.
Fuck off, bitch.
Climb on in. Fire her up.
Let me just ride this acid real quick.
Radiation levels detected.
Go ahead and get in the boat, Dr. Freeman.
There we go. Speed up, slow down, turn left, turn right.
Now.
I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, this already seems fantastic. That's cool. It actually reverses like a car when you're backing up. I like that. So is there actually exploring here? I'm just a couple pair of handlebars. Or a couple pairs? A pair of handlebars. Going smooth. Controls, not too bad, but oh my god. I'm making out worse than it is. It's actually not. It's not bad at all. It's just, I don't like when controls feel like this. I don't know what I'll get when I finally Fallout mods. Oh, you're into Fallout? I'm not really into Fallout. I never played them, but when I watched my brother play them and a few YouTube videos of it, I just got bored of watching it, even though I've watched an entire playthrough of it. I mean, that's RPGs that it's an RPG that I'm just not into. Same with Elder Scrolls, but I've actually played older Elder Scrolls, and it was just games that I wasn't into. But that's just me. Someone may request me to play Fallout, and I may actually enjoy it. But right now, when I watched it, I felt, maybe I was just tired that day, but I fell asleep. I also don't like the whole building and crafting aspect of it. That's just me. I'm more of a simple guy. I didn't mean to do that. I hit E on accident. Yeah, let's just reverse into there because my guy wasn't doing what I wanted. There we go. Yeah, run him over. There we go. Woo! I'm also not one for doing a lot of mods. I like to play... If I've already played through the game and beat it, I may do mods in certain games. But I like to do games really without mods, just because I don't really care. Unless it's like Left 4 Dead, then I'll do a lot of mods, because I've done some modded levels and such. Or, you know, change my character to look like Jill from Resident Evil. But that's about it. I really am not a big modder. I think what attracts me is the good and evil choices you can make in the post-op. Like... The stuff before was turned off, though, yeah. Like, that's all I've seen a bit of the others. I've seen New Vegas and stuff like that, but it just, none of that just appealed to me. It just, I don't know. That's just me. Not everyone likes the same games, and that's what's cool, though. Like, everyone's different. There are people who love dumb, like, games that are additively bad to the community. I know people who like Final Fantasy 13. While I haven't played that game fully, that is one of the worst Final Fantasies by the fandom. And we'll see that for myself when I actually play it fully, but... Like, actively, there's a lot of games that people do enjoy that are actively bad. I know Supply says he enjoyed Final Fantasy 13-3? Or 13-1? I'm not sure which 13 he said he liked. But he said 13 was his favorite game, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. My favorite game, my favorite Final Fantasy is 10-2, and that also is actively one of the worst Final Fantasies by the fandom. But the reason I like the remake, I own the actual, I own the copy though. I bought it when it first came out, so. But that's cool that it is free for people who haven't bought it yet. But I've already played Final Fantasy VII Remake. If you want to check out my playthrough on that, that's on YouTube. I completed it already. It was fun. I loved every second of it. In fact, I like it more than the original because of its action elements. That game became so much better. If they're to make Final Fantasy 16 just like 7's remake, then 16 is going to be a fun game. And I already do enjoy 7's story to an extent. But like what I love about Final Fantasy or RPGs when they have like job class systems and such, or stuff like that, or ways of making your character use unique jobs and combining different abilities with other jobs. And Final Fantasy X-2 does just that. And that's what I love about Final Fantasy V, which is also one of my favorite Final Fantasies, is that you can take one job and mix it with others. And plus, the graphics of 5 are probably one of the best. But yeah, 10 and 10-2 are both my favorite Final Fantasies. Not only was it really my true introduction to actually playing Final Fantasy, but it was the first one I've beaten. Because I grew up watching my friend play 9, and that's probably why I like 9 more than I do, is because that kind of was where I started when I watched. But 10 is my first game I've officially played and fully beaten. And 10 and 10-2 were like the first 2 games I really got into, and that's why I like them more also than most. But I do enjoy 7 a lot. 7 and 9 are my favorite PlayStation 1 versions. Eight had some issues that I did not really like very much. Eight wasn't a bad game. It had some great things going for it and some amazing combat. But I hated the fact that you gotta sit there and farm magic and equip that to your stats, or equip that to yourself, and that's how you actually up your stats in that game. Well, that's not a bad idea on paper. It was implemented badly for me. It wasn't fun for me after a while. Like, its story kind of got old, too. The whole concept about time travel really confused the hell out of me at first. And then, like, it clicked. There's a lot of issues with it, though. Like, the secret bosses were fun. There was a lot of dumb shit. Getting summons, secret summons. A lot of dumbass dungeons that I didn't like. But that's probably one of the weakest Final Fantasies for me. Is 8. 8 and 2. Oh my god, Final Fantasy 2. The original Final Fantasy 2. Oh my god. No. Well, I do like the ideas of what it tried to do, but the fact that it's so old and it just wasn't implemented the best either makes that harder. Like, I do like the idea, the more you use stuff, the stronger it becomes. Because I like that idea. I mean, Borderlands 1 has that, where the more whatever gun type you use, the stronger it becomes. But with the way Final Fantasy 2 did it, in order to gain health, you have to literally be damaged in a fight and not heal, and be at a low enough threshold to gain health. You have to use certain magic spells to gain MP. Not only that, each magic spell has an upgrade. So in order to upgrade said magic, you have to use, say if you want to get Firaga or Fire 1, 2, or 3, you have to use Fire enough times to where it levels up and eventually evolves into the next stage of Fire. In order for me to get the better stages of some of these magic spells, I had to use them. That game literally forced me to grind. To get more health, more magic, to get through the final dungeon. It was rough. I overall did like that idea and that system, just not with how Final Fantasy II was presented with it. Where did that drop? I want to go look at that again. Me talking kind of like got me to forget for a second. Hello? Oh, just right by the boat. Okay. I actually didn't see it, so that's alright.
Fracture detected.
My leggies! Yeah, I didn't see it. I'm an idiot. I'm blind. sure which way I was going at this point. Okay, so then yeah, I was coming this direction. Alright. I can't drive for shit in games. Ow. Did I forget to tell you how bad I am at driving? Seriously? I'm not kidding. I am very bad at driving. Some really old games coming from PS4. I have something to adjust my eyes because it looks so different. Have you not played much older retro stuff? Because it can be kind of jarring if you don't play retro stuff quite often and you play nothing but later consoles and then go back for the first time in like maybe 10 years. But for somebody who does play retro games on a more and more occasion than most, then yeah, I'm kind of used to it because I do play quite a bit of retro games on and off, more than, say, maybe most streamers do. But yeah, no, I do play a lot more modern games, but I also play a lot of retro. I haven't played much in a while. Oh, PS1 older. I've played a bit of NES Onward on stream. I haven't played much in a while, but I do here and there. Eh. Yeah, they do, but are you really expecting much? I mean, there's a lot of games that are looking like crap, even on 360 and PS4 and such. But that's okay, though. As long as the gameplay is good. Like, this game looks pretty good for its time, but, you know, there's still way better. But I normally don't really... The graphics aren't really what sells me on things. If the graphics are nice, then yeah, I'll take it. But if it's, the gameplay is fun and I actually enjoy it, then that means a lot more. That's just me, though. Let's see, I gotta weigh this down. Yeah, exactly. I mean, there are some games that really I understand what you mean. There are some games where it's just like, this plays like okay, and its graphics are crap. But graphics are kind of the last thing I focus on. But if it is crap and its graphics look like crap, then it kills it for me. That's why I was so more... That's why, like, when I played Final Fantasy V, I was like... much more ecstatic because the graphics were amazing looking. Because it was bright and colorful. The sprites looked good. I thought it, I think it just aged well. So that's when the graphics became a thing for me. Because the gameplay is already good. And with the whole introduction of like job class systems and, well, not introduction, but refined job class systems, it made that even better for me. So I got Oh, I'm putting that at the wrong end. I'm an idiot. I didn't think about that. Did not think about that at all. Oh wait, no, I had it at the right end. Then why did it go down when I stepped over here? Oh, fuck. I know, I had it at the right end. I'm not an idiot. I'm an idiot for re-guessing myself. But why did it go down when I went over to that side, though? This side went down. But, son of a bitch, how did I die? I'm an idiot for doing that. Like, I didn't think about that. Oh yeah, like this side's supposed to go down. Yeah. I don't know why I second-guessed myself. I was on the right side the first time. But when I went over there and made me think about that, because it literally went, the other side went down, went down. So that's why I was like very confused. I derped, I had a dumb moment. Are you telling me you're helpful? Little bot thing? No, I haven't. I've seen a bit of Diablo, though, but I've never really played them. It's one of those, like, MMOs or whatever that just didn't appeal to me either. But it looks fun, just probably might not be for me, because I don't have a lot of time to really spend on MMOs, though. Like, PSO, Phantasy Star Online 1 is probably the only MMO I can really spend a lot of time on because it's not heavily scaled. I could just go and fight enemies and not really have to worry about all this stupid bullshit that you have to do to get stronger. PSO 2 is a much bigger version, a much bigger scaled MMO, and it's just too much for me. I just like to go and fight, so I'm, like, limiting myself from how much stronger you can actually get, because you can get stupid strong in that game. But there's a lot of dumb things that you can do to get yourself better, and I don't really want to do that because it's not something I'm into. And don't get me wrong, I know they're fun games for a lot of people. I've also played Path of Exile, which kind of is similar. Kind of. Why is it not going down? Why do you keep dropping through there? It's clearly wood. But I don't know if I have the time to invest in a new game. Well, I can understand that. I have a lot of free time, and I barely have time to invest in a lot of games because of what I want to get through. Why isn't this going down? Huh. Can we move? Can we move? Well, that's Diablo. I would not expect any less. Huh. Yeah, it's not as simple as breaking this off. But this side's literally not going down now. I need something heavier than that. I'm trying to get this ramp down so I can use that to get over to where I need to get to. But I'm trying to weight it down because I need to get up here. In order to do that, I need to have that side down so my hovercraft can get on that, and then I launch off of it up here. The reason I know I need to get up here is because there's more toxic swamp area. So I need to get that side to lower, but it's not doing it. No. And I guess, I don't know if there's a way to unhinge this. This side is definitely weighing it down. And these barrels would not be enough. Doing it before. Floats the platform from beneath? Probably? I mean, there was one barrel in there. Maybe that's probably why it's not going up. I didn't think about that. That might be smarter. The weight of that might lift it. That's smarter than me putting that. Because then again, the moment I get onto that, that'll probably move. Yeah, you're right. Because the moment I get these over here onto this, I'm probably gonna knock them off. So you know, you're much right. That's what the cage is for. See, I don't think the obvious. There's a fucking cage. I did say heavy barrels, did I not? Did I say they were just normal lightweight barrels? I mean, they're most likely filled with something. Plus, on top of that, the water. The water that is pushing them up is adding that weight as well and keeping the pressure there. I do not... That's such an obvious thing. And I'm an idiot. God, I told you I'm bad at these things. And I figured out the entirety of the first game myself. And there's some stuff, but I don't... That was a lot... God, I'm dumb. I'm also bad at driving. Now I'm down here. Great. Okay, good. Filled with kittens, yes. Why do you turn that way? That's why it was going down. Because, or going up. The other side was going down. Because there was already one barrel in there. I should have seen that. And I didn't think about it. Here I am trying to knock the cage off because I thought it was weight. God, I'm a moron. And this is something that's actually going to bother me. Because I realize I'm not the brightest person here. I have really dumb moments. I hate Catherine. No, I'm good. I'm never going to play that game unless someone literally requests it. That game does not seem fun. I've seen it, and it's stupid. But that game just has you climbing a building or whatever. It's not really anything to me. There's some dumb shit that is more to it than that, but it doesn't seem like it's kind of like that puzzly, if it is at all. I don't know, from what I watched of it, I wanted a puzzle game. That's a puzzle game? All I remember from it is people climbing walls. Just whatever, and for some reason it has to do with some weird succubus girl or some demon enchantress. And then your guy has multiple endings that he can be part of that or whatever. And he's cheating on a girlfriend with a succubus or something stupid. I don't.
Individual, you are convicted of multi-anti-civil violations.
Well, I'd figured it would be the puzzle aspect, as that's the only gameplay. But I didn't realize... It's been a while since I've watched the game, but I don't remember that it being a puzzle.
Attention, ground units. Anti-citizen reported in this community. Code, lock, cauterize, stabilize.
It's been a while since I've watched it.
Attention, ground units. Anti-citizen reported in this community. Code, lock, cauterize, stabilize. Attention all ground protection teams. Judge.
But this is... This failing this little puzzle here is what makes me say I'm stupid. Or the shit that I say about myself. Because, like... It just doesn't make me look good. And struggling on something that is obvious clearly... And that happens a lot in, like, survival horror games like Silent Hill and Resident Evil. And it really pisses me off. Because I'll spend hours on something, and then finally, once I figure it out, it's just like, oh, come on. Like, in Resident Evil 1, there was a plant boss that you had to go and make a toxin for. And you had to use it on the vines to make the boss defeatable. And I did not realize that the boss was outright defeatable after that. So I spent another hour trying to figure out if there was another part where I actually use it on another vine that outright murders the boss. Or, you know, something like that. And then someone came in and said, oh, you have the potion again? Because he saw I did the first time using the potion on the boss. And that right there, I was like, okay, fine. I can go fight the thing now. Great. That really upset me. And I had a friend from work who loves Resident Evil, and thank God he had patience, because he didn't outright tell me. Because he was enjoying the blind, me playing it through the blind, so he didn't outright tell me anything at all. And he probably was facepalming that whole time, probably. Some of my chatters are good sports. They don't outright tell me, or they don't sit there and look at me horrifically like, what the fuck am I watching? This guy is stupid as fuck. And then there's the dumb puzzle in Mario RPG where it has you spell out the word pearls. And so many people in chat were giving me the biggest tip. It's fucking a necklace. It's the question was, what is something found at the bottom of the sea? And I guess corals. And that's actually one of the jokes that the game makes later in the game. Or it's not really a joke, but they literally throw that at your face later in the game. And people kept saying stuff like jewelry. And right then and there, I should have guessed it was pearls, but I didn't. And not only that, because they have you rearrange letters based off clues, and I'm bad at that. And I was sitting there for like an hour with a pen and paper trying to figure out this word. And it made me feel so dumb. So fucking dumb. And this is where my social anxiety flares up. But I'm going to get off for the night so I can relax. So hopefully I'm not late again today, yes. But we'll be on hopefully a little earlier. I would have been on earlier, but I was enjoying your stream. That, and I had like 5 disconnections within an hour. If I think I know the solution, don't I? Nah, that's alright. If you see that I'm struggling, I don't mind you being blind with me. I don't mind having solutions. And you can like give guesses. You can give guesses. I'm fine with that. I'm not looking for people to not be able to help out if they're blind to this game as well. If anyone in chat is blind to HalfLife or any future puzzle games or like survival horror puzzle stuff, feel free to help and give tips or, you know, suggestions. I'm fine with that. I just don't want the outright answer if someone who loves these games comes in and says, hey, this is the answer, unless I ask. But if you're playing along with me is fine. I'm actually all for that, because that gives you that interaction in Twitch, and I love that.
Attention occupants. Your block is now charged with permissive
Like when I'm giving you tips on Sekiro on how to block or attack a couple of times, you know, it feels like I'm playing along with you. No, not at all. You gave me a suggestion. The moment you said it, it clicked and made sense.
Anti-citizen
But
reported
that's
in this
fine.
community. Code. Lock. Cauterize. Stabilize.
That's fine. You were just giving me a suggestion, and it happened to make sense the moment you said it. And I'm not mad at all. I'm upset at myself for being an idiot about it. The cage was the biggest giveaway. And the fact that it was going, the other half was going up when the barrel was under there to begin with, that should have tipped me off, because there was already one barrel under there at the start. That should have tipped me off from the beginning. But it didn't. But that's okay. I'm not the brightest when it comes to these puzzle things. Especially easier stuff. Like in Souls, I'm better at fighting the tougher fights. When there's something you're fighting that's outright easier, I'm usually worse at it. Such as the dude that sheaths the sword. He's actually not very difficult. However, the fact of that matter is, that makes him harder for me. I can pulverize Owl, who is otherwise one of the tougher fights in the game. But give me a fight that's semi-easier, I'll get outright wrecked by him. Like, I probably will never die to... I will be on tomorrow, yes. For sure. Hopefully at 6 p.m. My normal. Like, I'll probably never outright die to, say, fucking Pinwheel in Dark Souls, or the thing you fought earlier with the claws, just because that guy does nothing but attack and do a fucking sweep. But, like, certain easy fights that are just a dumb thing, I will probably die to it a shit ton of times over a fight like Gale or something. Ironically. But yeah, hopefully I'll be on tomorrow. It's like we do not yes, that's why when I fought Owl's second fight, I was not expecting to die. Because I've beaten him no problem prior to that. But then again, I played Sekiro like 4 times back to back and platinumed the game. So like by the time I got to Owl, my experience was already really good, and I was a lot better then than I was now in this stream. Like, I kept dying to the Chichiman Warrior, which is like another fight similar to the Headless. Except he's, unlike the Headless, you can kind of attack him more straightforward. The Headless is more one of those fights that you gotta worry about his terror, and he does sword attacks, so you gotta block him. The Chichiman Warrior does a lot of... he does a lot of attacks that can build up your terror, but he's more of a fight that you could just swing your sword at a bunch. And he does have some physical attacks, but he's not as annoying as, say, the Headless. You can't just outright attack the Headless, because he's like a normal enemy who swings a sword. You do have to parry him. Otherwise, you're going to get booked. And then you also got to be careful when he teleports, because then he'll give you a wedgie, as you saw. But, like, I was getting wrecked by that guy because he has a laser beam attack that if you don't move at the last second, he literally tracks you with it. And he kept fucking me over. But when I played my first 4 playthroughs, I had no problem destroying any of those guys. And I don't even remember how I even fought half of them at this point. Yeah. That's why I didn't focus on the Headless. The Headless, though, are very good to go for. I recommend it once you're strong enough. I do recommend you going for them. Because if you plan on just, like, collecting everything, Sekiro is a very easy platinum if you care about platinuming. But even then, if you want 100% in some regard by getting all, like, the major key items or just major items in general, because there's stuff they give you that are... You may not use them, but they're very good, and I'm not going to spoil what they are, but if you want to just collect things that you can't get anywhere else, I recommend fighting them. There's a ton of them in the game. But yeah, I'm going to hopefully be on by 6 p.m. tomorrow. Are you going to be streaming at all? Because I do want to watch you Sekiro again. I don't know if you have a set schedule. I know you're you got a life and whatnot. I made platinum it. It's a nice change. Yes, it's a very easy platinum. Like Dark Souls 3, it requires several playthroughs, 4 to be exact. I don't know which route you're going to go for on this one. But let's just say you have to face the final boss that I did 3 times for 3 of the endings. And just like with Dark Souls 3, you have the potential of unlocking all 3 endings. It just depends on your answer when you talk to Karo at the end. Then I'll be at work. I don't know how long you stream for, but hopefully by the time I get home again, you'll be live. Because sometimes I don't think you're usually streaming. A lot of the times. I could be wrong. Maybe I just don't notice or I don't get a notification. I literally got a notification that you were live when I was highlighting, so I joined. And then Kingslayer is usually after me, which is why I usually don't get to watch a lot of his streams. Like, I know Hitwoman... Like, Kingslayer's live now. I know Hitwoman is usually after me because she lives in the UK, so her time zones are vastly different. Well, I stream pretty late on occasion. It's already 11. I usually stream from 6 to 10 on my usual, but if I get into something, I will stream till like 12 or 1 in the morning. I usually do stream on a late occasion. On average, I used to stream from like 4 or 5 p.m. to like 1 in the morning every day. Like, I made affiliate very quickly. Like, not 2 weeks quick because I started from the ground up, but like, I got all the procs for affiliate pretty quickly because of how much I streamed. PSO grew me very quickly. But yes, I'll probably be on at about 6 p.m. Eastern. So if you're live, when I get home, I'll check you out for a few hours. And, yeah. Let's go and raid Kingslayer. Because I want to get used to your community and his. That's also another good way of growing, too, is get used to someone's community. And I want to be able to join. There was a few communities I was part of at one point that don't really stream on those channels anymore. They stream on different channels, but I kind of like grew out of their community ever since they like stopped streaming. I don't really know how you do that with PS4, but if you you can look up, I think, like PS4 custom layouts or whatever. Layouts might not be the right word, but you can set up your stream to look like mine without the whole PS4 layout. You can have an overlay is what it's called. You can have a custom overlay like I do with PS4. There's a way to do it. You may want to look up online PS4 custom overlays or whatever. You might be able to get set up. If you need help with any bots, I can try to help you. I'm not big with bots. I don't really know how a lot of them work. I know I can help you with maybe getting a bot if you can figure it out. Stream Elements is a good bot. Nightbot is another bot. Stuff like that. So I can use OBS and all that. Yeah. Well, once you get OBS, slobs, an Elgato HD60 is not too expensive. I think it's like $100 to $200. It's not too expensive. And you can stream with far better quality than what the PS4 streaming or Xbox streaming is. So I recommend the Elgato HD60. That way because that's what I use when I stream console. Because right now I'm using basically like a screen capture for a computer. Because it can stream monitors. Like, there's OBS. There's my Chrome. Because this is what my screen would look like normally if I was using Elgato with it off. Anyway, let's go and hit up Kingslayer. Because I do want to grow with your community too. I want to be part of it. Like, I don't know if I'll be joining Discord, but that'd be cool too. But like, I don't oftenly chat in other people's Discords, but mine is a thing I'm trying to focus growing to, so that's probably why. But I do want to get active in more of your communities. Watch when I can. I stick around for a little bit. But he also does games that I'm not really big on. But yeah, I just want to return the love that you've given me, he's given me with the random raid that he did during Dark Souls 2. And just be good with you guys, because that's also how you grow. We're all trying to grow. And that's how you grow. Stay healthy, friends. Let's go and read. You have a great night as well, my friend.